Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. Boston Celtics versus Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards are still very much in the midst of a rebuild, striving to establish both a team identity and organizational direction. On the other hand, the Boston Celtics have crafted a well-rounded roster, perfectly complementing their young stars, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. With their elite defensive versatility and size, the Celtics can dominate on both ends of the court, presenting a significant challenge for a Wizards team that hasn't yet had time to gel and has struggled with three-point shooting. While Washington has made some off-season improvements, especially on defense, they'll be without key contributors Saddiq Bey and Malcolm Brogdon for the season opener. Without these defensive anchors, the Wizards will find it tough to contain the Celtics, who boast one of the most potent offenses in the league. Expect Boston to handle their business in DC and cruise to a 2-0 start. Take the Celtics at minus 12.5 points, as they should have little trouble covering the spread against this evolving Wizard squad. The Celtics kicked off their season in explosive fashion, dropping 132 points and sinking a remarkable 29 three-pointers. While they are undeniably the NBA's top offensive team, it's unlikely they'll replicate that kind of shooting performance from deep in back-to-back games. That said, expect Boston to still light up the scoreboard with ease. On the flip side, the Wizards, who allowed the most points per game last season, haven't shown much improvement defensively despite a revamped roster. While Washington has offensive talents like Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma capable of getting hot, they lack the depth and consistent scoring needed to keep pace with a team as dynamic as Boston. Defensively, the Celtics only gave up 109 points in their opener, but allowed the Knicks to shoot with high efficiency. Heading into this game, Boston will focus on tightening up defensively and making stops. Given the Wizards' offensive limitations, it's hard to envision them putting up enough points to push this game over the total. The smarter play here is to take the under at 234.5 points. Expect a lower-scoring game where Boston's defense sets the tone. San Antonio Spurs versus Dallas Mavericks. Coming off a trip to the NBA Finals last season, the Dallas Mavericks are poised to make a strong statement in their season opener, and a blowout against the San Antonio Spurs seems likely. The Spurs' defense remains a significant concern, while Dallas has only improved offensively with the addition of Klay Thompson, who will bolster the Mavericks' already potent three-point shooting. Last season, Dallas had a 19-18 record against the spread as a home favorite, and with a roster that hasn't undergone major changes, the team chemistry is already well established. Expect the Mavericks' offense to control the game and comfortably cover the minus 7.5 spread against a Spurs team still finding its footing. Additionally, the under 229 points is a solid pick here. Early season games often come with a bit of rust, leading to missed shots and turnovers. Both Dallas and San Antonio leaned toward the under last season, with the Mavericks hitting it in 58 out of 104 games and the Spurs in 41 out of 82. Dallas tends to play at a slower pace, ranked 17th with a pace of 101.7, while San Antonio, despite their faster tempo, ranked second at 105, struggled with inefficient shooting. Expect Dallas to control the tempo and keep this a lower-scoring affair. Take Dallas minus 7.5 points and the under 229 points for a safe play in this matchup. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Denver Nuggets. The Oklahoma City Thunder enter the 2024 season looking to build on a promising 2023 campaign, where they averaged an impressive 118.5 points per game and had a plus 7.3 scoring margin. However, their defensive struggles were apparent, allowing 111.2 points per game and showing vulnerability in the paint, giving up 46.3 points per game inside. They excelled on the boards with 49.2 rebounds per game, but to take the next step, they'll need to shore up their defense, especially against elite teams like the Denver Nuggets, where they'll open their season. The Thunder had a decent record against spread ATS last season, going 23-22-1 on the road and 52-39-1 overall. However, they've been inconsistent in season openers, splitting their last four at 2-2 straight up. On the road, They covered the spread 46.3% of the time, 19-21-1. When they scored over 109.6 points, they thrived, going 43-22 ATS and 52-13 overall. But hitting that mark against Denver's defense is a tough ask, making this a cautious wager for smart bettors. On the other hand, the Denver Nuggets begin the season as one of the league's powerhouses, boasting an average of 113.2 points per game last season and dominating in the paint with 52.8 points per game. Their rebounding was also a strength, grabbing 51.8 boards per game, while holding opponents to just 108.9 points per game, a testament to their balanced play on both ends of the floor. With an established core and off-season improvements, Denver looks primed to continue their strong form, especially at home where they excel. The Nuggets finished last season 23-24-1 ATS, but performed notably better at home, going 21-18-2. They consistently surpassed the Thunder's defensive average of 112.7 points allowed, with a 33-14-2 ATS and 43-6 overall record when scoring over that mark. Winning 73.6% of their games as favorites, 53-19. Denver has the edge in this matchup, and with a passionate home crowd behind them, they're well positioned for a dominant start to the season. Prediction: Denver Nuggets minus 2.5 points. The Nuggets hit the over in 46.3% of their home games last season, 19 of 41, with 40 of their 64 conference games staying under the posted total. They averaged 225.7 points per game combined with opponents, just below this game's over-under of 225.5. Meanwhile, the Thunder exceeded the over-under in 58.5% of their away games, 24 of 41, and 51 games overall finished above 225.5 points. With OKC averaging 232.1 points per game, there's potential for a higher scoring affair, especially in a season opener with star players eager to shine. Prediction: over 225.5 points. Despite some expected rust and early game sloppiness, the electric atmosphere and offensive firepower on both sides make the over a promising bet. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings enter this matchup a bit banged up, not an ideal way to start season. While most of their key players are expected to suit up, they'll need to play with caution early on. That said, expect the Kings to push the pace and get aggressive offensively right from the start. On the other side, the Minnesota Timberwolves, coming off a tough loss, are eager to spoil Sacramento's home opener before heading back to Minnesota for their own. Tuesday's game wasn't kind to the Timberwolves. They shot just 41.2% from the field and only managed 107 points, far below their 113-point average from last season. There's a real danger of Minnesota becoming overly reliant on Anthony Edwards, especially with Randall and DiVincenzo still finding their footing. Sacramento, meanwhile, has added much-needed depth to their bench, and they'll need every bit of it in this game. If their backups can provide productive minutes, it will give their injured and veteran players crucial rest. The dynamic duo of De'Aaron Fox and DeMar DeRozan should make an impact in this season opener, especially after the Kings took 2 of their last 3 games against the Timberwolves last season. This home opener is a chance for Sacramento to showcase their improvements in front of their fans. Take the Kings minus 1.5 points. In their 3 matchups last season, these teams combined to average 229 points per game, with the over hitting in 2 of those 3 games. While the Timberwolves came out rusty in their opener, they're still capable of putting up points, especially with players eager to step up after a lackluster performance. Expect Minnesota to bring more offense, while Sacramento looks to boost their scoring with improved depth and the Fox-Sabonis connection leading the way. Take the over 227.5 points. Sacramento will look to run the floor in front of their home crowd, and with Minnesota hungry to bounce back from their opener, both teams should contribute to a high-scoring affair. With Fox and Sabonis facilitating Sacramento's offense and Minnesota looking to spread the scoring burden beyond Edwards, this game has the potential for fireworks.